To my listeners, welcome back to an episode of Who Would You Tell? I've got some great news for you all. First of all, I'm joined by Gugu Zumba. Ma'am, thank you for taking the time.
Anytime, my
Dude,
G.
how are you living? How are you?
I'm not the best. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yes.
I'm understaffed.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed. I'm over it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, same.
Yeah.
No, all of is the end of the year. It's never boxed me quite like this. It's just like, dog, I don't know if I have chops. And unfortunately, I don't want to jinx. I want to say no. The episode won't. Believe in me. I believe in it. I believe.
Yeah,
that
I
this
believe
can
in-
happen.
I believe in us.
I believe this episode will do what it's meant to do for you guys.
Absolutely.
But cards on the table.
Also, sorry. How are you? Excuse me.
Nah, I'll be pushing. Let's focus.
Let's keep it pushing. Can't wait.
Let's focus. So, for context, this episode, the original intent behind it was to discuss what it means and how much pride people have in their surnames. Right? How I came to that topic was
It's actually such a good topic.
more or less a combination of the fact that when it comes to who I represent, like family-wise, my surname is my dad's surname, but the parent that's actually my favorite parent, that's my mom. If I got lost at like 10 years old, they would take me to my mom's house. The person I spend the most time with is my mother.
Yes.
The fact that ultimately, you know, unless you know her and you can recognize her, there's nothing in my name that suggests, oh, this is this person's son,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have valid attachments, and obviously there was a point in time where the bill was passed where men were allowed to take their wives' surnames.
Yeah.
A lot of uproar in that time, and I just found it interesting, guys, because I think people don't appreciate that surnames, like everyone's surname means something. Everyone's like a name means something.
Yeah.
I think the idea of familial pride is a really difficult topic to handle. I think a lot of people spend their time trying to make their families proud. And maybe not themselves proud. I think that's its own battle to deal with. So we're everywhere. We're trying to deal with all of that at once. But before we get into it, there's something I wanted to say
Yes.
a while ago. I realized, and I've said this to you guys before as the listeners, that a lot of the topics here are basically things that are difficult to address, difficult to deal with. And
Yes.
the point is to make it easy to speak about those things. And I realized sometimes you gotta share the good news.
Period.
You gotta share the good news.
Yes.
I feel like there's not a lot of that right now. At least when there is good news, you almost sweep it under the rug. Like you're just like,
Absolutely. Keep it low.
at least there's this. But it's like, no, look, you're actually up. You have something really
Good to share.
serious
Yeah.
that you should be happy about. On my side, you have to share some good news. I hope you know that. On my side, my younger brother submitted his final paper this week, so he should be graduating in March.
Oh, woohoo!
My girlfriend's sister submitted her thesis this week as well.
Woohoo!
I got paid this week.
Period.
Since Kendall's wedding up and down.
Yeah.
Her wedding was in like September, but it's,
Yeah.
it's like we're done.
Okay,
Like,
we're done for the year now.
There's a lot of planning, trying to. I've been broke for so long.
Okay.
Yeah, and even now
You
it's
don't
like,
look it.
I'm trying.
You look amazing.
I'm
Considering
trying,
the fact that I
I'm
also saw you last week, nothing was giving broquet.
I'm trying though.
Now you're pushing.
I'm trying.
You're pushing.
But above all else, in terms of good news, we have another episode of Who Would You Tell?
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time. So, I think the first thing when it comes to the idea of familial pride is that I don't think that many people know who it is, like in their lives, just in general, that they are trying to impress.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of the time people live their lives hoping to impress someone. I think the ideal, and we spoke about this before, that you make yourself proud more than anything else. But you're not a monolith. You're not the only person that you exist around. As proud as you might be, you would still hope that dog, my mom must also say
Absolutely.
I'm the one. That
Yeah.
my friends must also think that I'm making an impact. That I'm being a serious person. You want to be cared for by your community. You want your things you produce to matter.
Absolutely.
And you do need that validation. And yeah, I think I'm really curious because the fact that this is the thing as two like aspiring professional yappers.
Yes.
The fact that this is where you're at. Do you, when it comes to making yourself proud, making your family proud, where do you think you're at? Do you think your focus is just you? Is it your family? Where are you at? How are you handling it also?
I think I experienced different things in different seasons. So for a very long time, it was about making my family proud. And I think I had really like locked myself in that from a young age. And also it's like, you hear it at church, honor your mother and father, like do what they want. Also same thing, they're telling you that, they went to school in the farm, they walked every day.
To make this work for you.
Doc, so there's a lot of pressure that you feel, and I wasn't aware of the pressure at the time. I just kind of thought that it was my natural inclination to want to make them proud. But actually, in hindsight, had taken into account everything that they told me and their life journeys and so forth. So that was it until I dropped out. That was a major moment for me because for as long as I can remember, Kanya, I've always tried to make my parents proud. And also, this episode's gonna be a lot. Hi, Gabine. My dad almost used to like dangle this carrot in front of us, and it almost felt like the goalpost kept moving. So it's like, do this and I'll be happy, and then do that and I'll be happy. But it's like you get there, and then it's very short lived, and then you're kind of pushing the next thing. And both my parents are academics, but he's an academic.
Okay.
So his dream is for his children.
Doctors and
La la. I'm not the gal. Cool. Take my leave of absence, and the way in which I went about it sucked because I didn't tell them. I just did it.
Well, you did it like a savage.
Absolutely. I said, not doing this. Obviously, Kanye, they're paying for an apartment in Cape Town.
Yes. But where are you?
But where are you? Cool. Take this leave of absence. Don't say anything. Drop my first YouTube video. My a family member who's a great hater found me on YouTube, sent it to my parents. And this first video I did was a get to know me tag. So I'm going to my favorite restaurants in Cape Town during happy hour. Have my favorite cocktail.
Enjoy.
Just answer general questions. I recall a story and I call my dad by name. But like if you hear the story, you'll understand why I said that. But obviously he's never gonna get that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you're drinking on the internet. So he didn't get the bigger picture. This video sent to him. He is upset.
They don't understand what you're doing.
No, excuse me.
You're taking the piss.
You're
actually.
taking the piss,
That's
bro.
all
Like
that's
you
happening here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, I understood. Well, I understand because the first video was very different from what it was that I wanted
You were
to
going
create.
towards, yeah.
Yes, but it's like I needed to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So cool, everything kind of blows up. We have the conversation, and in the heat of the moment, I'm actually like, and that UCT thing, I won't lie, is not happening right now. Like I can't.
Like you threw it out.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a sit down.
No, I was wrong. Kanya.
Okay, wow.
The way in which I
Yeah.
went about it sucked. I will say that. Threw it out there. Obviously, it didn't land. It was never going to land. You're on YouTube. You're a YouTuber. What are you talking about? How do you
Yes.
make money off of that? What then happens?
What's the plan,
What's
dog?
the plan? Yeah, so they ask all the necessary questions. I have some answers. I don't have some answers. My mom is kind of not shocked because I've said things in passing like, oh, I'm passionate about people. And obviously, how do you make money from that? But she was like, you know what? I may not understand it, but maybe there's a chance of me getting it. But that was the first time in my life where I felt like I let my parents down in a very real way. Like
Yeah.
I'd been naughty, I'd made mistakes, I'd done all of that, but
You feel like that was the one where
that
it's
was
I'm
like
down.
mate, black sheep of the fam. Like immediately I was like, nah, it's done for me. And that was a very interesting time in my life because immediately I then had to switch and realize if I can't make them happy and this is making me happy, maybe I need to lean into it more. And as black parents do, the more successful you are at something, when they see you start to make money, obviously they then jump on.
Yeah.
There's actually a running joke, like when my parents say, oh, we're so proud of you, like, oh, you hit this 1,000 subscribers or whatever. I always remind them, never forget you were my first haters. Respectfully. Like, I love the fact that we're cheering me
Like
on
I'm
right
glad
now.
we're here.
But
you also
weren't
didn't
the
want. You didn't want.
You didn't want.
You actually
dude.
didn't want this.
Yes, you didn't want this thing.
You wanted just books. You.
Yeah. So I think for the past 4 years, every year outside of this year, I've been the focus as for making myself proud. And I think it's very liberating.
Yeah.
And I actually once said something on my podcast along the lines of like, disappoint your parents. And
Yeah.
I think it's actually really important at some point. I'm not talking about going crazy and AWOL, but I'm
Nah, I
talking
know
about
exactly what you mean.
being true to yourself,
Yeah,
dog.
but
Like,
except that you can't make them proud all the time.
you can't, Kanya. We
even
can't.
even if you follow the traditional path, like, dog, what if I don't want that job that you want me to have? Like,
What am I meant to
like
do
what
with that?
then?
What must I
like
do?
I've
with that?
turned down this great thing and you created this opportunity. Like,
And
but
then?
I don't want it.
Yes.
Like, truthfully.
Like, I hate it here.
And it sounds like such a spoiled thing. It's just like, dog, your parents give you all of this as you like bring them into the world. It's also why I'm pretty sure I don't know if I could be a parent. I don't know if I'd be grand. Like, I feel like I'm either like
Real.
I'm either like all the way laissez-faire where I'm like, dog, follow your heart.
Yeah.
But I'm not even gonna tell you what to do. You'll show
Yeah,
me. And you'll show me your way, and then
Yeah.
I'll say, okay, you like this.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna be the one where, because I understand the approach.
Mm.
I get why our parents would be like, this
Same,
is
dude.
the way you should be trying to move. Like,
Absolutely.
You're covering your bases.
Yeah.
You make sure you have as strong a base as possible. But then you tell them, no, dog, you want to make
No.
music. Your bones!
No, and
Like,
I won't lie.
I would be hacked. If
No,
I
Kenya,
wanna
I
make
would be
music.
hacked.
I'd
I
be
would be
touched.
hacked.
But at the same time, like,
How
if
can
you're
I be?
like maybe 10 years ago, I'd be like, how could you not support that? So many people have to just, you know, but there's always still, I guess it's difficult to have the perspective of just letting people be people and understand that
It's also like it's an ownership thing for me, and that's something that's been really big over the past years. Like I don't own anything or anyone, even my family members. And as much as we choose to do this life thing together, I mean, we don't choose each other. I have to. I mean, I choose to do it with my friends at the very least, but I don't own anyone. Kanya, everyone is their own person. They're gonna go through their own journey, and I think you have to make space for that as well. And you also have to make space for people to disappoint you. And I'm not talking about like the outright disrespectful disappointment, but I'm talking about like, oh, I thought Kanya would do this, but he's not doing that, and like he's happy in that, and that's okay. But it's been interesting because as much as I put myself at the forefront and like, oh, make yourself happy, to make yourself proud, which I do. I won't lie, I do. Like there are times where I'm like, that's shocking. I can't believe I did that. Kudos to you. But
It's isolating though, no?
Yeah. But the shift, there's been a shift this year.
Okay.
We've kind of spoke about like the age at which we're at. We're 28. It's only getting realer. We are the guy. People are looking at us for the answers and so forth. And I now feel like I have put myself on the back burner and I'm back to the point of wanting to make my parents proud, but it's different. It's not so much about making them proud through my career, but it's like making them proud via being able to provide.
Oh, like say I'm real, dog. You
I'm
guys did a good
real,
job.
bro.
Like, love how real I get you.
So at first when I was making my money, it was cool. It was nice. It was fun. I could do small things. But now I'm actually like, my money needs to do very real things in this house. And although my parents aren't putting the pressure on me to say that, like,
No, but
hey,
you're gonna feel it because there's familiar responsibility.
Duh.
That doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what the context is.
Yeah. So even when you sent me the brief, I was like, this is really interesting because of the place in which I'm at now. Because I use this word way too lightly, but I don't care to make myself proud right now. I just feel like there are bigger responsibilities.
Hey, like it's bigger than me.
Well, proud me, what's she going to do right now? Like, I think I'll be proud once I know that I've taken care of everyone in the way in which I know I need to and can. Yeah. I also wanted to ask you, do you know what your surname means?
I've actually never checked.
Okay.
Yeah.
People ask me this all the time because
Yeah.
I think my surname is just not common.
Yeah.
It means that we don't know what it means either.
Okay.
Because, also when you're like, who do you live for? Essentially, who do you live to make proud? What does the family name mean? I asked my parents again. I said, guys, what does Kansumba mean? They said, we don't know. I said, okay, cool. Let's leave it at that.
Like, and again, it's like I don't live with my dad, so it's like I'm not.
You're not going to know.
Yeah, like. Like I could message him today and be like, "Yo, what is this, by the way?
Yeah.
Maybe, what's the job?
What does this actually mean?
Like,
what does it stand for? Yeah.
You know, but like the feeling and like full disclosure. When I made this, when I thought of the topic at first, it's because at the time I was beefing heavy with my dad. Like it had ramped up.
Yeah.
Like it's at some point in like the 2-3 weeks before I first said the thing to you.
Yeah.
I don't remember why now. And then I saw him about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And it was fine.
Okay.
It was the first like proper regular interaction we'd had in like a long time where I was like, I didn't leave feeling some kind of way.
Yeah.
And after it was just like, I don't have the same steam I had.
Okay.
I was like, come here and shout.
Yeah. And be
just
like, yeah, no.
And it's just like, nah. Like,
Yeah.
You kind of just have to accept that people are what they are. It's not
Absolutely.
personal. That, they're just trying.
Yeah.
Even when someone dusts you, like a lot of the time, it's like, no, they weren't trying to dust you. That wasn't the intention.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't mean they didn't dust you.
No,
No, you were still dust. No. Be hacked. Be hacked. Feel what you have to feel. Like
Absolutely.
it's the truth. If you have to mize them.
Do you know what I also find interesting about like upholding the family name? I feel like a lot of that pressure is put on us and they don't do that.
What, the parents?
Yes.
No, you have a roof over your head. What do you mean? What do you say?
Real?
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that's the basis.
Oh, for them?
Yeah.
In general?
Yeah,
Okay,
like
cool.
they are providing.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are providing, right? But then, Kanya, why is it that, like, when it comes to us upholding the family name, it means, maybe it makes sense, it means something different, right? Obviously, we don't necessarily have the pressure of having to provide, even though we want to, because we're at that age. But, like, upholding, actually, let me ask this before I say that, anything else. What does upholding the family name look like to you?
So I think that's the thing, right? That for my mom's side, it's like she's never wanted me to uphold the family name, but there is an expectation that I'm honestly on her side. The issue is the older I'm getting, it's just like you just want regular things. You just want me to study and get fine, bro. Like it's not as complex. I felt it more from my dad, because I'm his only son.
Yeah.
So there's the idea that I guess I will carry on the family name,
Okay.
that I represent him. I just don't feel that though. But that's like the whole of it. That's why for me, like in the time between it, when I've thought about the topic and everything, I asked myself, why do I have my dad's surname? Like now, like it's not even on like, we're beefing now, I'm gonna change my surname. It's just like,
But
that I don't
Practically.
actually know that many people with my mom's surname.
Yeah.
Like I am at a point where that's actually the surname I would have liked to carry.
Okay.
If you asked me to have chosen.
Yeah.
At like, because you don't choose your surname, you just find
Yep.
it one day, and they say, "Oh, this is your surname." I say, "Oh," and then you find your mom's surname. It's like, "Oh, okay." So, so I think I've taking on the family name as in just like making my mom proud.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay.
For me, really. Because yeah, I like shout out to my dad. Like, not a bad person or anything, but like I don't feel the same level of connectedness where I would know meaningfully what I'm doing if I say I'm making him proud. It's not. Like, I've never asked him. I don't know if he said I'm so proud of you. It's like there is no. I don't know if I make the Muslims proud. I don't have that. There's not that many of them either. Like, shout out to my gran. Like, she's still but like I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'll help where I can. But
Yeah.
like I'm not connected to this great thing. I think that's why the uproar that other people had around, the idea of like, oh, well,
taking
how
it.
could you not take the surname? It was like, and like obviously people make jokes, and I appreciate that it was primarily like lighthearted. At least a lot of it was. But like with the person I'm currently dating, the fact that there aren't many people with her surname, even though purely because the norm would be, I know you must take my surname. I do think her surname does actually mean more to her than mine actually means to me. I think if I had my mom's surname,
Then
I'd be
you would
more
be like-
invested in her taking that surname.
Yeah.
I'm actually not that invested in her needing to have my surname, which is a weird thing to be at. Like, when you're like, oh, it doesn't have that. But then you wonder about clothes and all the rest, so that's a whole other conversation.
That's another story. Being black is stuff. I say this all the time. Like, it's never just A and B. But hearing you speak was interesting because I realized as you were speaking that let me not project the general statement that I made earlier. Maybe it's actually more of a personal conviction or like my personal experience in that I feel as though in my household, upholding the family name is different for us. Yes, my parents provide and my dad provides and he does it well. However, there's a level of perfectionism that's expected from my sister and I.
Do you
And
think that's because you're a woman, not because of your family, though?
I actually think it's a bit of both, but
Okay.
I see it more in the family, to be
Okay.
honest. Even like with my brother and my other sisters and my cousins, even the male cousins, I think there is this idea of like upholding this name. And I get it,
Okay.
right? He works so hard to build it.
Yeah.
That he doesn't want it to like be brought down. But that puts a lot of pressure on us in a way in which we don't feel like my parents have been perfect because obviously they're not, right?
Yeah.
And there was no leeway for us making mistakes, certain mistakes, because again, like you're Nyantumba. And on top of that, my sister actually and I recently unpacked this. They've called us Nyantumba princesses for a long time, which was obviously really cute and endearing growing up, but growing up when we were younger. But now we're like, that actually put a lot of pressure on us because
You have to be a
without
certain
saying
way.
it, exactly.
Yeah.
A princess holds herself
Only
up
does
in a
this
certain
way, yeah.
she's a lady all of the time. She's all of these things. And it was cute. And now it's kind of like, we don't know how to feel about the name because we don't know if people are acting like Nyantumba kings and queens as well. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So that's why I feel like for me, I struggle with upholding the family name because it seems very unrealistic, the things that are expected of us. And granted, they've built this beautiful name and they've done well for themselves, but like we can add to the name in different ways. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be in the way in which he
100%.
or they think.
Yeah, because again, going back to the fact that at the end of the day, you are an individual.
Yeah.
Like you come from this family, and it's great to know where you come from, to know the people who come before you. It can be romanticized that way, to be like, wow, there's people
Yeah.
from family who are like this. It's great to look back on, but if you just feel you're slightly different from those people, then what?
Then what?
Like, you don't-
Major disconnects.
Yeah, imagine like you feel you don't relate to that many of your family members. Like, what's supposed to happen to somebody in that instance?
Oh, and what is supposed to happen, Kanye?
Like, where do they go? It's a typical example, but someone that comes from like a parent with like an accountant and a doctor, you want to be a painter. They're not gonna hear you.
They're not gonna hear you.
They're not gonna hear you.
They're not gonna hear
And
you.
even that it's such a privileged thing to want that in the first place.
Absolutely.
Right, but that's the ideal, right? If the parents can create that situation, and even if they couldn't, even if
If
you,
that's your passion, dog.
because like life is so short. You at the end of the day, you'd hope you'd only want to make yourself proud, and I think it's really easy to get caught in. I don't want to call it the chain. That's dramatic as hell.
Yeah.
But like the obligation of trying to live up to who you think you should be, and yeah, I think I've just seen it happen to a lot of people. I think a lot of
Yeah,
people live
real.
their life out of obligation.
Real.
And I think it's a really scary thing because it's like very easy to fall into as
Yeah.
well, to just end up doing something because you feel that this is what is required of me. I think it creates resentment. I think it makes your life a lot harder if you're not able to be honest with yourself about, and your family as well. Because I do think you get to a point where you need to have those conversations out loud as opposed to just these unspoken
Having
things.
thoughts, yeah.
Where you do acknowledge that the thing that makes you feel proud of yourself is when you do certain kinds of work.
Facts.
Yeah, because I think when you just do the actions of certain kinds of work, you end up detached from what you're doing to the point where even when you get the accomplishment, it doesn't mean that much to you.
Yeah.
And again, with life being as short as it is, it's a scary thing. Like there's a video I watched earlier today of actually Charles Camino. It's about the fact that everyone thinks that they have two lives until you have a moment that makes you realize, no, it really is just this one thing. And when you know you have one opportunity, realistically, you have one version of every single day to try and make something of yourself or to get closer to what it is you're striving for. It's important that you try and have those conversations. I think that the underpinning of the podcast a lot of the time for me is just the belief that so many issues generally are just that you didn't say this in time.
Yeah, you're in my business. Wow.
You didn't say it early enough. And if you had reached out just that little bit earlier, because not necessarily what you do afterwards, but if you knew to communicate certain things, if you were comfortable to say those things, you would be a bit closer, if only because there'd be a bit more transparency. It doesn't mean that anyone's going to be happy with your decision or that they're immediately, you're in a better place because you said it, but you do give the other person a chance to react honestly to it, as opposed to the more, I guess, chaotic reaction that can come, especially when it comes to family members, where there's so much emotion invested in a version of what you might have done or what you could have done. But if you are proactive about those kinds of things, it becomes so much easier to, maneuver, because even if they don't support you the way you want to, there's going to be a greater allowance for certain things.
Of course.
Because you were able to have those conversations.
Yeah.
And you can get to where you need to, obviously this is all best case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
because sometimes ultra beasts, that's a whole other conversation.
absolutely. Absolutely. But as you're speaking, I'm actually thinking to the fact that I should have let my parents in. Okay, look, they knew I was depressed, right? Because obviously I'm now seeing a psychologist on antidepressants, all of it. But again, like they're far removed from it. I'm in Cape Town. They're not actually seeing like what space I'm really in.
Yeah.
And there was obviously a fear in me letting them know that like I'm not grand and I don't want to do school. So I prolonged it, and that's why the reaction was what it was. Had I honestly maybe had that difficult conversation a little bit earlier on, it would have been better. So what I then did was that we were in this weird place, and it's now time for me to move back to Joburg because I was also now paying my rent in Cape Town, and you know what that's like. And I wrote my parents a letter, and essentially I was filling in all the gaps for them. I was like, I know this is weird for you, but this is what a YouTuber means. This is what I see for myself. This is why I'm at this point. This is why I stopped school. And Kanya, I tell you not, that changed everything for them, because when I got home, it felt a lot safer and better because they felt more involved.
Yeah.
And although they had their reactions and they definitely had their response to my letter, it was better.
Yeah.
It was better than the first time around.
I was like, okay, I carve now.
Yes, because you're helping them understand, right? Like they are a different generation. They're not going to get everything that we do. So I was bridging the gap, which you're right. Like if we are more honest and have certain conversations sooner than later, it does make it better.
Yeah.
But like you said, best case scenario, because Black people, I'm going to speak to the Black experience. Like Black households are not very pro honesty. Like I think sometimes we're met with the idea of like, come to me, talk to me. They tell you all these things, but when you do, they lose their shit. Like in a way that's really...
No, it's discouraging. It's like I actually can't talk to you.
I can't talk
You're a
to
savage.
you. I can't.
You don't want to hear me.
And savage is the word, Kanya. Like you're actually a savage.
You don't want to hear me.
You
bro.
don't want to. You don't want to. So I think it's also like, I've been dealing with that in therapy, like the idea of having silenced myself because I've been scared of what the reaction would be, assuming it's always going to be as big as that, has been really tough. But like, you're right. Like now more than ever, I do try speak, especially when I feel something, and I'm very good at gaslighting myself. So I'll feel something, but like, isn't that deep? Do I really need to say something? And if I wake up still with that feeling, then immediately I'm like, we need to address this ASAP.
And I'm glad, dude. And I think the fact that you sent the letter after you'd initiated the conversation is probably the thing that I've appreciated the most as I've gotten older. sometimes you have to have the conversation more than once.
Yep.
And that's frustrating, right? Because you'd want to just say something once and but like that's not how anything works in life.
Yeah.
Right? You don't do anything just the one time and then it's immediately perfect. And it's like, no, you need to forgive people multiple times. You need to start over multiple times. You need to, everything needs repetition. Everything needs a dedication. If you want a conversation, if you want to build a friendship, if you want to build anything, if you want to build trust with somebody, it requires that you are vulnerable time and time again.
Facts.
Even if they don't necessarily react the way you'd want to every single time.
Yeah.
The idea is that you trust that this is a worthwhile process regardless of what the immediate reaction is like, and you keep going. Like I said, we're yapping on a high level.
On a high level. Sorry, something also came to mind. I can imagine our relationships with our surnames are different because you're maybe kind of stuck with it. I mean, you're not. You can't change it, right?
Yeah.
But like
being, typically speaking,
you're
like,
stuck with
this
it.
is it.
And it's so funny because as you're speaking, you're like, yeah, you know, you don't connect with them. And obviously, like, this is a surname that you might carry on and build your family under. And I'm like, oh, no, not me. Not me, because I've actually been having the thought that I've obviously built a name for myself and people know me as Gugu and Sumba, so there's that attachment to it. But growing up, I think my sister and I, at times, we were very frustrated with everyone in the family at large.
Yeah.
We'd find a lot of peace in the fact that we're going to lose it. Yeah. So I've actually never looked at it like that. I'm just like, I'm a YouTuber for now. I don't know what to tell anyone. There will be a day and a time where I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's also kind of what's made the ideal dynamic around my surname interesting, because I don't think I've ever had to take to it in the way in which you have. Like, and I don't think like it's a part of my identity, but like, is it really? Yeah, I'm very like is it
like,
not,
it's gonna go just now.
just now. So
then, you know,
and the gag is that it could also not go, and that's also really crazy because now I'm actually there forever. I don't know how I feel about that either. But yeah, I think that's actually like in the toughest moments, my sister and I, we make dark jokes all the time. We'll be like, babe, it's going to end soon. Don't worry.
Like you're even overthinking this.
Yeah, you're overthinking this thing. Yeah.
Honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But even that, it's like marrying into another family and taking a surname. Like when you said earlier now, like the ancestral thing is also like so I'm like, I'm looking forward to it, but what does that mean?
But again, it's also like you have cousins who you don't know who are somewhere, and you almost, I don't know, like I don't want to lose complete touch.
Yeah,
in that way, because you want to represent the people.
Yes, you do.
You do. It's I don't know. I think I wish more than anything that people would have these kinds of conversations more openly. Because I feel like you try to have this conversation on any like social media, it's fans.
No, you can't do that.
And I take the piss a lot. I make jokes.
Yeah,
I make jokes. Like,
and you know what's crazy? You're making jokes. People are serious. Yeah, you ha 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 ha. They're not laughing. Kanya.
It's like, no, we're trying to have like an actual conversation.
Yeah.
Like, fight. Give me a chance. Though.
Yeah.
Please. But I guess that's what the podcast is for.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
A controlled conversation.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
And I think like I really like this topic because I know there's so many people who feel this, especially the disconnect from their surname. Like it's just a name that they have, but like they're just very blasé about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do I wish that? No, I don't. So I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
No.
You know how you're saying like, would you have maybe liked to take your mother's surname if you had the choice?
Yeah.
I'm also like,
it could have been something there.
It could have been
it
something.
Changes the vibes.
Mate, it changes the vibe significantly.
Yeah.
Like it almost gives like different trajectory vibes. But yeah, like I'm grateful for the family I have. It's tough out there, but yeah, we're here.
Yeah, and I think that's it's important to relay the fact that like I am still incredibly grateful for the family that I do have. I'm grateful to have, like I don't wish I was born to a different group of people.
Yeah, facts.
You know, like I'm at all times glad that I am exactly who I am. But it is just one of those things where when you wonder about identity and, you know, how you're viewed, where you come from, it is just like, what if you don't feel certain things like the same way? Like, especially because, like, my idea family, for the most part, is chosen family. Like, my mom's side of the family is tiny, right? It's not a lot of people who I'm directly related to. But there are dozens of people who I call aunt. As Aunt Cindy, Aunt Lindy, Aunt Portia, Aunt Queen, Aunt who. Like, there's so many of those people. And it's because my mom's built the larger community of people. Like, my girlfriend met the majority of those people before she met my dad. And it was just like, yeah, this is actually who you're probably going to interact
Like
with more.
100%.
Like, you actually low-key need the mums who's here to like
Absolutely.
you more. You'll
Like,
survive
we'll
on
see
that
there.
side.
Yeah, there we
Like,
don't really
there
care.
you'll actually be grand.
Yeah.
You'll actually be so fine when you get, but here,
Yeah, this is the real
come
test, the real
correct, dog.
moment. Yeah.
Yo, please be sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny because same thing with my sister. I mean, I've never have I? I have introduced her to some boys. She's just very overprotective, so I try not to do that because maybe she's just not gonna like you.
No.
I feel like I'm more grounded in this experience of like her introducing people, but it's interesting because again, the first people that someone significant in my life will meet are my mom and my sister, and obviously it's like, yeah, my dad's there, but it's like,
Because also, he's not going to talk to you.
We'll
He's
get
not going to say that much to you.
like it's gonna, like dog. Oh, Kanya, yo, that's actually a chop for another day. He's actually not gonna say that much to you.
Yeah, like, clean,
Hey,
dog.
how are you? Cool. What
Yeah,
do you
like,
do?
like you guys are
Grand.
unlikely to become best friends.
Absolutely, you're not gonna be talking all that. We don't talk all the time, so why would you?
Like, how? Wait, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
That's not what happens next.
Yeah.
If you're going to build a relationship with anyone here, it's going to be with these people.
Yeah,
Most likely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
Like,
So
when I'm Morris, these are people you speak to. They're not going to tell you anything. Even he's going to make jokes. It's not going to help you, though.
dude, that's so real. He's gonna make jokes. They're not that many follow-up questions. Yeah. Yeah, literally. He's just vetting you. He's going to say, yay, nay, it's done. Whereas on the other side, like my mom and my sister are really going to get to know you as a person. And also, they just know me better as well.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why we like lean towards them more, which is interesting. One day we should actually talk about... We should actually talk about the experience of... We should talk about Black fathers. Let me say that.
In what way?
In every way possible.
So my thing is, right, a conversation like that, I feel like we need like maybe
No, we
20
need-
people. We need like a focus group.
You know what? Maybe there needs to be 4 of us because I kind of feel
Okay.
like we're on the same side. We need
Okay.
people on the other end of the spectrum
Yeah.
to kind of balance it out. But yeah, I think it comes up in a lot of conversations as of recent, and even in this, I'm like, there's an underlying chat here that's like dormant. And maybe it's also the fact that most of us have taken our father's surnames and we have the feelings that we do towards our dads for whatever reasons as
Yeah.
well. And I think unpacking that would give it like a bigger and better, broader image as to why maybe like the surname chat is what it is as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. One day.
I guess. But no, we've chopped.
No,
I
we've
think
chopped.
yeah, I
No,
think
we've
we're there.
chopped.
I
No,
think we're
we've
there.
chopped. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
we're
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But ma'am, your good news.
Okay, your good news actually inspired mine. My sister finished her honors degree this week. She submitted her thesis.
Okay,
We're very
congrats.
happy about that.
Yeah.
Any other good news? Haven't been paid yet, so unfortunately that's not my
No,
truth.
fingers crossed.
It's coming. It's loading. Yeah, and I spent a lot of time with 2 of my friends that I don't get to spend a lot of time with.
Okay.
So that was really nice this
Okay,
week.
nice.
Even though the circumstances sucked, but like
No, the time
we've
is the
seen each
time.
other every day. Like this is actually kind of nice. Like took us all the way back to varsity, so that was
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, that's my
Okay.
good news.
Okay, like great stuff, dude. Great stuff. So we chopped, don't lie.
we chopped.
I think I'm grand.
Now also I'm
Yeah,
grand.
I think
like
it's a short episode, but I think we got through it.
Absolutely.
It's one I think we will need to revisit.
absolutely.
We will, because to talk about this in just an hour, it wouldn't have done anything for you guys.
Yeah.
So I think this is more of an intro.
Yeah,
Just a
yes.
snippet into where we're at with this. We're gonna maybe a round table, 4 people.
Yeah, 4
you
people
think?
is fair.
And then we can see
We can see
exactly
what's
where we're
happening.
going with this.
Yeah.
And
And
so-
what's cool is that like this conversation can continue because again, assuming I lose my surname, there'll be a different conversation.
You know, it's like now you are who?
Like, who are you? Yeah,
Is
who
it
are
clean?
you? And what do you
and
stand
I don't know
for?
if it's not clean.
Yeah, Kanya, what if I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to lose it, can't do where I'm going is...
Yeah. Because also, again, you can have your own misgivings about your family. I think everyone does to some extent.
Yes.
Like nothing's perfect.
Yep.
Right. I think there's the idea that you'll have this great, picturesque family like life where it's like, it's so clean. There's no question marks.
Yeah.
Everyone in the family likes each other.
grand, dog.
There's no beef.
Yeah,
It's like
and
no,
they know.
people are going to have conflict.
Absolutely.
People have conflict. Like that's the thing. That's the guarantee. So, you think you can run away from these things. You can just get married. You can just start your life over. It's like, no, you belong to people. You can be with your friends. You can be with family. You can be with
you can be
in-laws.
with anyone.
And I guess the hope is just that you know that there are people you can trust within
Facts.
all of those spaces, that you can have the conversations when things do go wrong, and that not every type of disagreement, every type of conflict is like an ender.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that's the dream. But Alex, make your parents proud. Just speak to them, Oaks. Speak to
I
them.
think speak to them.
Speak to your parents. Speak to your friends. Speak to your family. You know, life is short. You want to make people proud. It's easy if you have the conversation with them. You want people to be proud of you. It's easy if you have the conversation with them. You know, you gotta find ways to be open and honest. I do believe that the world's a better place if everyone can just chop, bro.
No, you're right.
It's, you know, we gotta get
And
better.
also-
We gotta get better at just communication.
Yeah.
Like we whack.
No, we
as-
suck
as
at it. No, we
people.
suck. We suck at it.
There's too many issues where, like, if, you know, when a friend beefs
You
and then you hear the story, then you hear the other story.
it's like-
And it's just like,
and you're the guy in the middle, and you're actually just like, this is a chop,
just come chop, bro. Just come chop, bro.
and everything will be all right.
Like I promise, what you guys think you're beefing over, it's not even the same thing. Like, you guys aren't hacked in the same way. either.
Yeah.
Like, if you can,
It's
if
completely
both of you
different.
Could, if you could stop being hacked and say, let's actually just
Chop.
I promise you, realize, oh, you actually
Yeah. Yeah.
grand.
Yeah, for sure. Like my truth is I hate to speak. I hate it, and I only do it for the people I think are worthwhile. And even so, like, there's always, like, maybe there's a moment, you know, it's like everyone's gathering their thoughts, child. But like at the end of the day, those people that I think are worth it, you're gonna have a conversation because you don't want to lose a relationship over not chopping.
Yeah.
When it could have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also on what you said about like make your parents proud, like we can also make people proud in different ways. Sometimes you can do your best by just surviving. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, by taking care of yourself. Maybe you weren't in a good place and now you are. Like, that is something for you to be proud of, and hopefully the people around you share that pride. Truly. Like, yeah, you can make millions, you can be the guy, but there are other ways as well. Like,
Yeah.
you can be a decent oak, dude, you can be kind, you can be thoughtful.
No, you have other qualities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure when it comes to making people proud. Like, there's this one idea of it. But also, it's realizing that not everyone has the capacity to see you in your entirety. So that's maybe why they lean to one version of, like, being made proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas, like, if someone sees Kanya for who you are, for your heart, for your intellect, for your funniness, there's so many ways in which you can make someone proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you, dude. Yeah, I like that.
Gotcha.
Very nice.
Gotcha.
But folks, when life is fair, life is long.
Yep.
Try and make yourself proud above all else, and take it to people you love. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. It does mean a lot.
Yes, sir.
Like to have spoken about this in, I don't even know if I spoke about it as open as I would like to originally, but I'd like to think we're making progress.
Yeah, we are.
We're getting
No,
somewhere.
we are.
We're getting
Absolutely.
somewhere. But ma'am, thank you for taking the time.
Anytime, dog.
Catch you guys in a bit. One more episode drops this year.
Whoop, whoop.
Get excited. Thanks, guys.
Bye.